Hey guys, Jeb Smith, Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage here in Huntington Beach, and today I'm back talking about another discount broker that's out in our market. You've probably heard their commercials if you're in Southern California. I'm not sure how prominent they are all over the U.S., but in Southern California their advertisements are on the radio quite a bit, and the company is Rex Real Estate, REX Real Estate, and they're another discount broker, and what they're offering is essentially a 2% fee to sell your home. And so the question, comes up quite often in talking to sellers about selling property and reducing commissions, et cetera, and having interviewed different companies is how can these companies sell your property for significantly less than a traditional broker, in some cases 3, 4, 5% less, depending on what market you're in. And the simple answer for that is that they're doing absolutely nothing to sell your house, right? So Rex Real Estate is an online company that will essentially sell your house for 2%, like I mentioned. And what they do is you only pay as a seller, you're only paying the list side of the commission, so that 2%. Their whole spiel is that you're not paying a buyer's agent to bring a buyer to your property, that they're going to go out and find that property through their marketing efforts, what have you. Well, the reality, my mind's not working at the moment, but anyway, the reality is that these guys are not doing anything to sell your property other than using their own platform to sell it, and then occasionally doing open houses, etc. So they're not putting it in the MLS. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but that's a huge deal, because when you put the property in the multiple listing service, the MLS, it syndicates to all the other websites out there, right? So Trulia, Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, all the major guys that are out there, as well as sites like ColdwellBanker.com, ColdwellBankerHomes.com, all of the major players out there that people are looking at. Once we input it into the MLS, it syndicates to all those sites. Well, if you don't put it in the MLS, then it's not going to syndicate those sites. So you're limited in your exposure as to who is seeing that property. And in today's day and age, as you know, I don't know what the actual number is. I would say 85% of people are finding properties online. So if your property isn't listed online or isn't on one of those sites where people are looking, people are never going to see it. So unless they just happen to drive by it, happen to see an open house sign, then your property as a seller, if you're using one of these, this company, for example, Rex, then nobody's going to see your property and actually know it's for sale. You're going to miss a huge piece of the buyer pool, if you will, when trying to sell your property, which at the end of the day means that you're probably going to get less money for your property, and that's exactly what's happened. So I recently had a property listed where there was a Rex Real Estate property down the street. I had no idea because it wasn't on the MLS, and I didn't see the sign out front at the time, and the only reason I even knew it was listed is because the seller of that property happened to come into the open house that I was having down the street and told me that the company is essentially doing nothing to sell their property other than doing open houses. Sounds great. The seller was saving 3% in this case on the listing by not paying a buyer's agent, but at the end of the day, they didn't have an offer. They were overpriced for one. So, a lot of times when you're using these discount brokerage companies, again, I'm not bad-mouthing the agents that work for them, but, the only way, it's a lot of newbie agents that are working for these guys, people that are looking for deals to be fed to them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in that business model, right? As a professional real estate agent, a successful professional real estate agent, you wouldn't work for pennies on the dollar in order to sell somebody's house, because you know your value, right? You know what it takes to sell a property. It's not as easy as just doing an open house and getting it sold. It requires multiple avenues of marketing, of exposure, in order just to get the property into escrow. From there, it's a whole nother process. It's not as easy as just getting it to escrow and it closes. There's a lot of steps that you have to go through as an agent in negotiating and working with buyers and sellers and helping work through problems in order to get deals closed. So it does take a professional, and that's why you pay, 5%, 6%, sometimes 7% in order to sell your house, because you're working with professionals in order to make sure you get the most amount of money for your home and that the job's done right. So, at the end of the day, if you're looking to sell your property, hire a professional company, interview with at least a professional company like Coldwell Banker, and let an agent show you their value. Ask the questions about the discount brokers, and hopefully the agent knows what's going on and can discuss those with you. There's a reason they're discount brokers. You're getting a discount for a reason. You're essentially losing value on your property by hiring one of these, and that's where your discount comes in. It's on the money that you're going to receive for your property. So if you have additional questions about discount brokers, I've done a couple videos on them. If this is of interest at all, comment. I'm happy to link those videos below. If you like this information, please like it. Subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to do more of this stuff to not only educate buyers and sellers, but also real estate agents that may not know about the companies out there and what they offer. So again, I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.